So I wanted to, in a way, not necessarily trying to recreate some of that, but I do want to talk about what it was like being a firefighter during the devastation of Hurricane Michael. You had went into some detail last time about showing up, and I think we had talked about how like people would mark buildings of how many people, lost their lives in certain areas. You had talked about showing up, and so what was one of the, I want to talk about what was the best, like the best situation that happened out of it. Maybe you saw the community come together or whatever as a firefighter during that time, and how you were able to like help as many people as you could. So maybe a story that's based around that and some of the worst stuff you were able to
Yeah, I
see.
remember the first time we discussed it, man. It was like we were just not even a year or two removed, so it was a lot more vivid, my memory of it. But now it's just we're so far removed from it now. It's
Yeah.
like it's kind of hard to. I've had so many other calls since then that it's kind of gets just like lost in the miscellaneous thoughts of my career. But as far as like your good things that I saw come together was Bay County is a small area, and there was such a devastating storm that typically you don't hear about, except for like other big cities like New Orleans or down south and Miami and places such as that, where they have like the manpower and the personnel, the bureaucracy to kind of know how to mitigate everything. How to make assignments as far as all the resources that come to you. But we were such kind of a small town EOC that we had a hard time delegating all of these resources that we had, because we had like the Navy, Air Force, Army, Marines, all these boots on the ground people saying we're ready to work, give us an assignment, and a lot of it we're just kind of just sit around and wait, hurry up and wait type of scenario, trying to figure out how we're going to delegate all these resources. Whereas sure you've heard of the Cajun Navy. Then people came down, they just did whatever they wanted. They just completely freelanced. They didn't go to the report to the EOC. They just started taking the streets, going into the neighborhoods, seeing things that need to be done. They just did it. And I remember from the time that I first, got out onto the streets, into the residential areas, the business areas, seeing all the devastation. It was like, I was born and raised in Florida. I'm used to hurricanes, you know what I'm saying? So this is just, before this actually happened, it's like, it's just another storm. We'll ride it out as we normally do. But then when I actually, got out and saw the aftermath, it was shocking.
Yeah, were you at the fire station during?
Yeah, so whenever we're in a state of emergency, like all the Bay County emergency personnel are required to stay